right, the 2022 NFL season has finally concluded on a sour, sad note. But let's get started with this draft process. Here we're looking at draft prospects. So let's go ahead and prospect these prospects. What's up? It's your boy Cintron. Come back at you with another news/analysis video. And I kid you not, that's my real name. And here we're looking at Bucky Brooks' top 5 2023 NFL draft prospects by position. This is his first version, and he's looking at how hot these QBs are going to be because they're going to be selling like hotcakes as usual. So let's look first at the quarterback rankings. And first, let's see who we have here. C.J. Stroud, Ohio State. Bryce Young, Alabama. Hendon Hooker, Tennessee. Will Levis, Kentucky. Tanner McKee, Stanford. I know Bryce Young and C.J. Stroud only because I've heard so much about them, but other than them, I don't know anything about these guys. And with this not being a premium position that we're looking to, draft like a starting guy, we're essentially out of the running. The worst we could look at is backup, but I think these guys will all go before the Eagles have a chance to logistically pick them. They would be wanted. I think we make a project guy. I think we look more at the market of a free agent quarterback to come in and back up Hurts. And I think it'll be also a traditional quarterback, more in the vein of Gardner Minshew if we don't bring him back, which gets to that at a later date, but we'll see. But I think, the prospects for these guys, Stroud and Bryce Young, obviously, projected as the best, best of the best. But let's see if there's a diamond in the rough hanging here to be had. Don't know, and quite frankly, don't care. So here we go to the sparkly objects, the running backs. We have Miles Sanders most likely leaving, so we'll most likely draft a running back. So we have Bijan Robinson out of Texas, Jameer Gibbs out of Alabama, Zach Charbonnet out of UCLA, Devon Achane out of Texas A&M. Bijan being the star in this bunch. Oh, damn, my bad. I forgot. Dwayne McBride out of UAB. I only counted 4. But we're looking for a guy who can fill that number 1 slot. I think we have a change of pace back and number 3, but we're on the light side. So Bijan would be perfect if we picked him, but I don't think we're gonna go with a running back at at number 10 spot, and I don't think he'll be there at number 30. If he slips, maybe I could see us trying to pick him up. But he's the crown jewel of this class. Not in the same breath as the AP, but seen as maybe somewhat of a generational talent. 5-star athlete. 5-star talent though. And Gibbs, he's more of what we have on the roster. Not Gibbs. Sorry, not Gibbs. What's his name? Gibbs. Zach Charbonnet. I don't know anything about him. Okay, he's a big guy with the old school game. It could be useful, but I'd have to see his measurables and see what his first 10-yard split looks like. Since running backs running the phone booth, that first 10 yards, 20, I would say no more than 20. You get into the 40, but that's more explosive. And a punishing runner, like classic. None of these guys fit what I want. I think we're gonna look a little bit later, beyond the first 5, and then they're not all that talented. They might have some depth here. So finding a diamond in the rough, you can find running backs later. It's an easier position to plug and play, and the league is littered with guys that are outside of first, second, even third round, second and third day picks. Wide receivers. This will be a luxury pick. So let's look at these guys. Jackson Smith and Jibba, Ohio State. Zay Flowers out of Boston College. Quentin Johnston out of TCU. Jordan Addison out of USC. And Jalen Hyatt out of Tennessee. Jackson Smith, he would be nice. I think he's a do-everything receiver in the vein of a Michael, I forget his name, Saints receiver who's been hurt, recently in the past couple years. Zay Flowers would be the route running specialist. We have a Devontae Smith. Don't really need you for that. Quentin Johnson, a burner, but his hands are a little suspect. We got Quiz for that. Don't need that. Jordan Addison, in the mold of Jay Flowers, but like a poor man's version of him, I would say. And then Jalen Hyatt for me, the star of this class. Like he's not as highly touted, but in double-digit touchdowns, I think 15 touchdowns, 1,200, 1,300 receiving yards, and about 70, 80 catch clip. But just explosive. It just just sum it up in one word. And if we got him, it just, oh man, they'd be like stealing candy from him, baby. As a number 3, and then had Quez as a number 4, and then maybe kept head on to Zach Pascal as number 5, would be a perfect receiving core. So I mean, I'm hoping that we take him. Things would work out. I mean, I can see, like us, defense, offense, defense. Either of those options. I don't know if I just said the same thing. But anyways, give me a break there. There's so many. Like I said, there's not a Jamar Chase level guy here, but it does have a bit of quality and guys with a polished game. So tight ends, we have a good one, and then those guys coming up behind them, I want them to develop some. So I think Jack Stahl plays. He's a good blocking specialist with a little bit of receiving potential, and then Calcaterra. Nice. He has some nice wheels, and he's a really good receiving option. But they can both get better at Stahl at receiving and Calcaterra at blocking. Man, that would be awesome to have a triple threat there. But we'll see what these guys offer. Michael Mayer, I want to almost call him Michael Meyer, out of Notre Dame. Dalton Kincaid out of Utah. Darnell Washington out of Georgia. Luke Musgrave out of Oregon State, and Tucker Kraft out of South Dakota State. I don't know any of these guys. I mean, if I played NCAA, I could tell you more about these guys, but I don't have a beat on them. So Meyer is the cream of the crop. Okay, the old school Y, strong hands, nose for end zone. Okay, 18 touchdowns over 3 seasons at Notre Dame. Okay, nice. Classic tight end. I mean, yeah, but all these guys, we're not looking to draft a tight end high. But that could be nice. This Georgia guy, Darnell Washington, he obliterates guys on the edge, and just plays soft hands. Just like an athlete. Georgia just has those athletes coming to their program, signing up to try and win that crystal ball. And I ain't trying to tell you in the future, but Kincaid's a plug and play prospect with the potential to make an immediate splash as a designated playmaker. I don't know if we want 2 playmakers. I think Dallas, we're good with that. We just have a guy that's good at blocking, but also is another is good enough to be another receiving threat. I think that'll give us some good balance there. So you're not missing too much when Goddard comes out, and also in those two tight end sets, you don't have a beat on someone. But if you can beat man coverage, man, he's already leagues ahead of the game. But let's get into these offensive tackles. So we're already set, with Lane. Lane, I would say at the very least 2 more years, and then for the foreseeable future with Jordan, he has still 3 years on his deal, and he's still a young guy, man. And he's still an ascending talent. He's getting better. So here we have Paris Johnson Jr. Ohio State, Peter Skoronski out of Northwestern, Broderick Jones out of Georgia, sophomore. Wow, young guy. Darnell Wright out of Tennessee, and Cody Mock out of North Dakota State. And he's missing his front 2 teeth. He plays hard. We're looking for a swing tackle because we're gonna lose one this offseason. In our left tackle that we Andre Dillard that we drafted out of Washington State. So it'd be great to be able to replace. So I don't think we're not gonna go. None of these guys are gonna be viable. It's just good to have future research for the following years. So sorry guys, no use paying attention to you guys when we don't need you. But interior blockers, there's potential we could, because our starting right guard Isaac Seumalo is going to most likely leave in free agency, so we'll see. But let's look at these interior blockers. Osiris Torrance out of Florida, guard. John Michael Schmitz, Minnesota, don't know. Luke Weipler out of Ohio State, don't know. Steve Avila out of TCU, don't know. And and Andre Voorhees. I think he's a guard as well. But you know, these guys, they like to put them at they like to put them at center or guard. So will we be drafting for depth? I believe so, but I still don't think we go after one of these guys because we did draft a center, but he could moonlight at right guard. While I think Jason comes back for another year, man. I think he made a decision he was going to come back anyways, but I think this will be his last rodeo, so we shall see. But yeah, I don't think we're going to draft any of these guys. Edge defenders. Now here is where we can get some business going. William Anderson Jr., Alabama. Tyree Wilson, Texas State. Lucas Van Ness, Iowa. Keon White, Georgia Tech, and Miles Murphy, Clemson. So, let's see what this guy, this year's crop, intriguing collection of sack artists and disruptive playmakers. Okay, yeah, Anderson is the big prize here. Like you're saying, he has high level athleticism and he has the pass rush skills, but he will most likely be gone when we draft. So, Wilson's a heavy-handed power rusher with outstanding size and length. It could be interesting. I don't think we go after him though. I think we just want NASCAR packages, speed. Van Ness is front line with a high motor, overwhelms opponents. Don't think he's what we're looking for, and he's young. He's a sophomore coming out. I think Miles Murphy is more our flavor, and younger guy, but he has measurables, huge guy. Got a decent amount of sacks, so I think he fits more of the profile. And he's oddly enough, he's more of the prototype. We've gone with stockier guys like BG's just looks like a fucking bear, but could be one of the first rounds we exercise and pick on. All right, let's look at defensive tackles. Jalen Carter out of Georgia. Those beasts just keep on coming. Brian Breesy, Clemson, sophomore. Siaka Ika, Baylor. Keanu Benton, Wisconsin. Mazzie Smith, Michigan. So let's see. Yeah, Carter's obviously, he's the crown jewel here. Breesy has 3-4. He's a 3. He can play nose tackle or 3 technique. 3-4 or 4-3. Okay, interesting. So he's a versatile. That could be useful, but I think we really try to make a push to resign Javon, and that would bring Jordan Davis to the starting lineup. So we wouldn't draft. And I think, like I said, we would want Carter, but he's gonna be gone by this point. And you're not really going. If you're not I think it's either Carter. It would be Carter or bust. Any of these other guys, not really looking at them. So let's look at the linebackers here. Something we could always use in Philadelphia. Drew Sanders out of Arkansas. Trenton Simpson out of Clemson. Jack Campbell out of Iowa. Henry Tuo out of Alabama. And Noah Sewell, the brother of Penny Sewell. Also out of Oregon. So he went to Oregon as well. So let's see here. Okay, tackling machines with outstanding instincts and high football IQs. Okay, this is the right class. So Sanders is a throwback linebacker with size, strength, and awareness to control the middle. Could be interesting. Let's see. Simpson is an athletic playmaker with outstanding instincts and awareness. Campbell's an old school thumper. Interesting, man. I don't know if any of these guys are splash players. We need a splash linebacker. And that's cool and all. But yeah, that's what I'm looking for. Like a heady guy, but he's athletic as well. I don't know. I think we hold on to our current middle linebacker, and we move N'Kobe Dean out. So I don't know if we even touch any of these guys, but they could be something to consider. Think about it, especially if they drop. And here's one of the highlight positions: cornerbacks. I think we're gonna need to draft one because I don't think Bradbury. He priced himself out of Philadelphia. Being all-pro, James Bradbury. Interesting bunch here. Devin Witherspoon out of Illinois. Joey Porter Jr., the son of Joey Porter Sr., the former linebacker from the Steelers. Out of Penn State. Christian Gonzalez out of Oregon. Cam Smith out of South Carolina. And Keely Ringo out of Georgia, sophomore, redshirt. So it's interesting, man. This is an interesting bunch. I like Devin Witherspoon. He's looks to be kind of a veteran. This bunch, wiry though, 6 foot, $180. I'm like, Joey Porter. I like him with that size. 6'1", $194. Got the athletics. Christian Gonzalez also, good trail guy. But he looks like a playmaker. Tall guy, decent size. Cam Smith, don't know too much about him. Keely Ringo also like a premium athlete, huge, but with size, speed, strength. So, I don't know if we go with Keely. I think we aim for. I'd love either Joey Porter or Christian Gonzalez with Devin with this one coming in at third. But I think any of the corners that we get, we need to have someone there to develop because Darius Slay is getting older in the tooth, and then like I said, Bradbury's leaving. They have a slot guy, but he's made of glass, and Devontae Maddox. So, we need some talent there. Safeties. We could use one because one of our safeties could be transitioning out, but we could just slot another safety in there. Our backup from this year. His name is escaping me. Reed Blankenship could slot over there as strong safety with Mark Epps potentially leaving, or he could come back on a cheap contract, so we don't know. Brian Branch out of Alabama, Antonio Johnson out of Texas A&M, Jair Brown out of Penn State, Jamie Robinson out of Florida State, let's go Knowles, and Jordan Battle out of Alabama. So, heard a lot about Brian Branch. He's a do-it-all, Swiss Army knife, a talented, solid tackler, and he's just dependable. So he wouldn't be a bad pick there. But yeah, if we could get, he'd be a nice guy to plug and play with our guy CJ Gardner-Johnson if we were able to re-sign him. So hopefully we get that done. So a mixed bunch here. So he's a hybrid. Branch is. Johnson is polished slot defender with good awareness and instincts. Robinson, slot defender with A+ tackling skills and zone coverage ability. I like that. So I think a lot of these guys provide good value. And Branch, who's that? Johnson and Jamie Robinson. Don't know too much about the other guys. But yeah, a lot to look at here. And that is the end of our video for today. So we will stop here, but the draft process is just getting started. We'll be releasing other videos on this topic, but for now, it's just fly, Eagles, fly, and let's motherfucking go! Like, comment, share, and subscribe Thanks for watching. Check me out at Cintron, Cintron Anime, Cintron Life, or Cintron Laughs, or other social media.